Welcome to an example in which we're finding the inverse of a matrix. And notice this is a 2 by 2 matrix, 2 by 2, because it's 2 rows down and 2 columns across. So it's a 2 by 2 matrix. So how do you find the inverse? The inverse, which is the opposite of a 2 by 2 matrix. Well, I'm going to show you two ways: the hard way by hand, and then the easy way using technology. So go into the notes. So here's the notes for the class. Here's the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. And this means inverse. I show you the formula. It's this and this. Okay, well, if you notice what we've done, basically, this is by hand first, then we're going to do it with then we're going to do it with Desmos.com, which is much quicker. Anyway, so what you do, notice is you switch these two guys. See how those guys switched? And then you negate, I mean, you do the negative and the negative of those guys. So that's negative B and negative C. Let's do that first. So you switch these two. So that'll be what? That'll be -1 there and 8 there. So switch those guys and then negate the other guys. So that'll be, they stay where they're at. You just make them negative like that. So far, so good, right? See what I've done? So you switch these two and then you make those two negative or opposite sign, negate them. It's called, you switch the sign. So if this was a negative number to begin with, it would become positive, right? All right. So, and then you got to put in the front, what is this? This is a big fraction. And what is this? AD minus BC, 1 over AD minus BC. Yeah, AD is those two multiplied, BC is those two. So again, it's always about the diagonals, this diagonal, that diagonal. So you put in the front 1 over, here I'll just write AD minus BC, and then we'll figure out what that is. This is A, B, C, and D. So this is 1 over AD. So 8 times -1 minus BC, 6 times 7. And put this matrix back in front here. I mean, back behind. Okay. Now what's that? Well, what's this fraction in the front? Well, this is what? -8 minus 42. That's -50. Right? Times this whole matrix, -1, -6, -7, 8. And so then you just take that fraction and you multiply everything. Take that, that's a fraction. It's going to go there. We got to change the color for clarity. Take that fraction and you go boom, 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 boom. So that'll equal -1 over -50, -6 over -50, -7 over -50, and 8 over -50. See how I multiplied them each by 1 over -50, which effectively divided them all by -50? Okay. And then just reduce that a little bit if you can. Let's kind of get to a final answer here. So reduce, can we reduce any of these? The two negatives become positive. Oh, and this one divide by what? 2, top and bottom, and the two negatives become positive. So that'd be 3 over 25. And then here, two negatives become positive. 7 over 50. And here, divide by 2. Top and bottom, it'll stay negative. I'm going to put that negative in the front. With a fraction, you can put the negative in the front or the bottom or the top. It doesn't matter. As long as there's only one negative on a fraction, it doesn't matter where it is from front. I'm just stumbling here. Top, bottom, or front. All right. So let's go back. So here was the answer all along. Looks like we got it. We got it right. That is the inverse. So again, the by hand method, what do? We got to use this formula from the notes, which says you basically switch this diagonal, D and A, negate the other diagonal, change the sign of that, and then put this fraction in the front, 1 over AD minus BC, and multiply them all by it. It's kind of a pain. But there it is. That's the inverse. That's the opposite of this original matrix. Now, much easier is to use Desmos. So let me show you. So I'm going to switch back to the home page screen here. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay, wait. There we go. All right. So anyway, so here you are. So I'm on Desmos. Now, where do I get this? Well, if you go to the home page, click on this matrix. So here's our home page of our course. Click on this matrix right here. See this on the front page? So right up here's the Desmos scientific calculator. Down here's the matrix calculator. Matrix, right? That's clear. Come in here. So I'm going to put in a new matrix. I'm going to put in the original one, which was what? Minus, the very original one was, it was 8, 6, 7 minus 1. So, conveniently, we got a 2 by 2. It doesn't always, we can adjust it. 8, 6, 7 minus 1. I'll hit enter. 8, 6, 7 minus 1. And then I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to click on A because it called that matrix A. So I'll click A. And then I'm going to hit this right here, this inverse. And there it is. And now notice it's all decimals. So we can click this, boom, and it makes it all fractions. There's the exact answer we got. Click it back if they want decimals, or click this. See this little thing I'm clicking over here? Change between decimal and fraction. There's Desmos. You be the judge which is easier. You can use this on the exam because, in the exam, you're allowed to click on this matrix calculator and use it. There is the inverse for that one. Oops. So we'll go back there and stop that. There we go.